What are the quadrants of the standard xy coordinate plane below that contain the points on the graph of the equation 4x minus 2y equals 8? Here are the quadrants. Starting here with 1, they go around counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are the quadrants of the standard xy coordinate plane. There's many ways to do this. One simple way is to get this in slope-intercept form and graph it. So take that equation and get it in slope-intercept form. Remember, in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So if you get this in slope-intercept form, you're able to see the y-intercept, also see the slope, use those to graph the line. 4x minus 2y equals 8. To get this in slope-intercept form, subtract 4x from each side. If you do that, you end up with negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 8. And then divide each side by negative 2, y equals 2x minus 4. So to graph this, you're going to start at the y-intercept. We're going to start at negative 4. That's where the graph hits the y-axis. So put a point at negative 4 on the y-axis, and then use the slope to get another point. So from that point at negative 4 on the y-axis, you're going up 2 into the right 1, putting another point down because the slope is 2. That's the same as 2 over 1. Remember, that's rise over run. So start at negative 4, go up 2 into the right 1, put another point, draw a line through those 2 points, and that is the graph of that equation. So the question is, which quadrants does that lie in? Well, you can see it. It hits on 1, 3, and also 4, which is letter D. The graph of y equals negative 5x squared plus 9 passes through the point 1, 2a in the standard xy coordinate plane. What is the value of a? A lot of people struggle with this one, but it's really not difficult at all. You're given an x coordinate, you're given a y coordinate. You need to solve this for a, or you need to find the value of a. Well, if you're given an x coordinate and a y coordinate, substitute those in. Put that 1 in for x and put that 2a in for y. So you're going to replace the y with 2a and you're going to replace the x with 1. So we're substituting 2a in for y and 1 in for x. Now you have an equation that you can easily solve for a. Square the 1, that's 1. So it'd be negative 5 times 1, that is negative 5. So you have 2a equals negative 5 plus 9. Take negative 5 plus 9, that is 4. You got 2a equals 4. And then just divide each side by 2. A is equal to 2. Told you it was easy. Letter F. Jerome, Kevin, and Seth shared a submarine sandwich. Jerome ate a half of the sandwich, Kevin ate a third of the sandwich, and Seth ate the rest. What is the ratio of Jerome's share to Kevin's share to Seth's share? Well, first thing you need to do is find out how much of the sandwich Seth ate. So to do that, I'm going to take 1, which is the whole sandwich, 1 minus 1/2, and then minus 1/3. So 1 is the whole sandwich, minus 1/2, and then minus 1/3. You would probably use a calculator. I'm going to get common denominators here. 1, I'm going to change that to be 6 over 6, the 1/2 to be 3 over 6, and the 1/3 to be 2 over 6. So getting a common denominator of 6, I can now subtract those. 6 over 6 minus 3 over 6 minus 2 over 6, that is going to be 1 over 6. So it's telling you right there that Seth ate 1/6 of the sandwich. So if Seth ate 1/6 of the sandwich, then putting these in a ratio, 1/2, 1/3, 1/6, that doesn't match any of these, but if you multiply each one of those by 6, so if you take 6 times 1/2, 6 times 1/3, and 6 times 1/6, you're going to get 3 to 2 to 1. 6 times 1/2 is 3, 6 times 1/3 is 2, and 6 times 1/6 is 1. 3 to 2 to the 1 is the ratio of Jerome's share to Kevin's share to Seth's share. Letter D. A particular circle in the standard xy coordinate plane has an equation of the quantity x minus 5 squared plus y squared equals 38. What are the radius of the circle in coordinate units and the coordinates of the center of the circle? Well, one thing you do need to be aware of is the equation of a circle. Standard form for the equation of a circle is the quantity x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Now, what do all those things mean? Well, h and k, those are the coordinates for the center of a circle. And then r would be the radius. Not r squared, but r is the radius. So for this equation given to you, the quantity x minus 5 squared plus y squared equals 38, you need to try to match that up with this. Notice it has to be in the form of y minus k squared. So that y squared, you can write that as y minus 0 squared. Remember, h and k are the coordinates for the center of the circle. So this is in the form of x minus h. That negative 5, the center of the circle is not at negative 5. It's x minus 5, just like this is x minus h, with h being the x coordinate for the center. then the x-coordinate for the center here would be at 5. The y-coordinate for the center would be at 0. And notice these two choices here have -5 as the x-coordinate. That's not the one we're looking for. If it's in the form of x minus h, such as x minus 5, then your x-coordinate for the center would be at 5. So it's either going to be f, g, or h. Now, how would you have an x-coordinate of -5? Well, if that was x plus 5 squared, then your x-coordinate would be -5. So if that was written as x plus 5, it would be either j or k. But that's not the case here. X minus 5 squared, x minus h squared means your x-coordinate for the center is at 5. So it's either f, g, or h. Y-coordinate is, of course, 0. So the center is at 5, 0. Now the radius, with this being 38, remember that's r squared. So if r squared is 38, and notice these two choices here, f and h, very similar. One has the square root of 38, one has 38. So which one is it? And actually, letter G has 19, which would be taking half of 38. So very confusing on which choice to make. If r squared is 38, then that means r would be the square root of 38, or the radius would be the square root of 38, which would be f. The radius is the square root of 38, and the center is at 5, 0. Letter F is the correct choice.